As Gary Bettman or Kevin Lacey would say,
we have a trade to announce.
let's discuss it right now on Teal Town Live. And good afternoon to you, those on the West Coast. It is November 8th, 2023. The Sharks have made a trade, sending Adam Raska in a pick for defenseman Calen Addison. We're going to break it down right now here on Teal Town Live. This is live interactive, so please, by all means, do us a favor if you haven't already. Follow us on the social. You can find everything at tealtownusa.com. And, of course, chat with us and fellow Sharks fans on the page or to YouTube app as we discuss this move for the San Jose Sharks. And with you discussing this move is yours truly, Eric Kura, alongside Jules.
What's up, guys? We have a trade. Exciting.
So this trade came out about a few hours ago. Some of us have to work. Forgive us. And let's get into it. So the Sharks acquired defenseman Calen Addison from the Minnesota Wild for forward Adam Raska and San Jose's 2026 fifth-round pick. As some of you have already saying in the chat, it is a
Fleeced by Mike Grier.
Richard Press also saying a low-risk pickup, classic Grier move.
Yep.
In Elite Eklund. I like the name. Common Grier W. I like
Grier.
it.
Love it.
And of course, my girlfriend Trey to announce, yes, hi, hun. That's why I haven't taken a nap from work. I know. LM saying an overall 83 on NHL 24. LOL.
Is that the highest rated defenseman on the Sharks in NHL 24? Get back to me on that.
Yeah,
it might be.
It might actually be.
Great.
Oh,
Kyle Burroughs isn't an 89 yet, and because he's quarterbacking the PP1 for like a week.
Right. So, a quick info on what we got for Calen Addison, a 5'11", 175-pounder, 23-year-old defenseman. He was Pittsburgh's 2018 second-round pick. You said 53 overall?
Yep, I believe so. 53.
Yep, he was part of the Zucker deal in Pittsburgh in 2020. One of the two big moves Pittsburgh made pre-pandemic with Minnesota. That deal just went into a crapper for both of them, don't you think?
Yeah, just a little.
92 games with the Minnesota Wild. He's also bounced up and down with Iowa in the AHL. So far this year, he's got 5 assists in 12 games for Minnesota. The most important part, and you brought this up before we went on the air, he's an RFA at the end of the year, and his qualifying offer is less than $1 million. So
I believe it's around 8,000, like 500. It's quite nice.
So
not a Timo qualifier.
Thank God. Thank goodness.
So, 9 million.
So, Jules, what do you say? I mean, obviously, I think our group chat just kind of went off, and I know Kevin. I also contacted Kevin about this move, and I'm like, oh, he's excited. You were excited. Ian was excited. What says you to share with the public?
Jerk put this in the chat, y'all, and I'm not gonna lie, I was with breakfast with my family and I legitimately gasped because I thought it wasn't real, and I was like, am I reading this correctly? So I'm extremely happy with this move. I think he immediately is the number 1 quarterback for the Sharks power play. Give him the ice time. Let him he's very young, he's very good, and he has the potential to be an elite top 4 D-man in the league. I think with the right development, and I think if I'm him, I'm super excited because it kind of reminds me of Jersey going to Arizona, and now Sean Jersey's blowing it up there in Arizona. He's a very young puck-moving defenseman, and he's going to help. He's already probably arguably one of the Sharks' better D-man, and I think he can help this team a lot. The power play should improve because I love Granlund. God, he cannot play the point on the power play. So having Addison there, it's him and Eklund are going to connect. I'm very excited for this move. He does struggle in his own zone, like any younger D-man will. but I think that's something that can improve over time with Rosofsky coaching him also. I'm very interested to see how that goes because Ryan Rosofsky is a very good coach. But yeah.
Well, we'll save that little tidbit for another time if something happens down the road. I mean,
I'm not manifesting Quinn to get fired. I'm just saying Rosofsky's a good coach.
But this was a pre-move because Minnesota would acquire
Zach Bogosian.
Zach Bogosian. So
I'm confused by the Wild, but that's a later discussion.
Yeah. So Minnesota would get Zach Bogosian overall for that. So it's an interesting move. You know, a 23-year-old defenseman. He's got 5 assists this season. Finished third among rookies. In his position last year with 29 points. Oh, that's actually pretty good. 3 goals, 26 assists in 62 games. There
is nothing to be mad about. Like, if I saw people saying, I think they were joking, but people like, oh my God, San Jose is buying after their first win. No, it's a 5th round pick. I love y'all. The Sharks draft terribly in the 5th round, and I know that for a fact. Like, they don't do well in the 5th round, and neither in the 3rd round. So honestly, just go and give away all of those picks. I don't really care. But it's a 5th round pick. It's gonna be fine. It's Grier's. I can see why Grier wanted this guy. He kind of fits the Grier model of tough nose, hard to play against model. And honestly, he's taking another shot on a young D-man, and you can never have too many. It's a right shot D-man. Those are golden. And you got it for a 5th round pick in Adam Raska. I mean, I love Adam Raska, but Ozzy, I think Ian said, Ozzy's going to be the same type of player Adam Raska could be, just with a little bit of a higher goal scoring touch.
Yeah. Grier in the press release stated, Calen is a talented young defenseman who sees the ice well and moves the puck well, said Grier. He is a very good player on the power play, and we're excited to add him to our group. Which begs the question, one thing and one thing only, Jules. Is this the next Erik Karlsson? No, kidding.
No. This, guys, honestly, I love the bet Grier's taking, and I think it's honestly going to pay off. I love Addison as a prospect. I really liked him going into his draft year. So I think this is just a shot Grier's taking, and if it pays off, it pays off. Also, no, this is the next coming of Brent Burns, because remember, the Wild also gave the Sharks the Brent Burns in the Brent Burns trade.
What a fleecing that was. I mean, my goodness.
Yeah, and Lacey does bring up a good point. You would lose Raska on waivers for free. So better to just... And yeah, Lacey bringing up good points. They also have Faber, who's kind of been their go-to guy instead of Addison now for since last year.
Yep. Kevin saying better to get a 5th and Raska than lose him to waivers for free. That's a good one. He also goes on, Faber took Addison's role away. He was completely expendable for the Wild.
Yep.
And as for why, hope I did my best Curtis Brown impersonation there. Guerin wanted another tough veteran presence. Addison was scratched in the playoffs for playing too soft.
I get that, but it's you don't see a lot of teams giving up on young right shot D-men. At least that's my thing. That's why I was so surprised, because those are hard to come by, especially this type of a young D-man. And 23, I consider young. But no, I get it now more and more that I'm thinking about it for the Wild. I know they were interested in Bogosian from what I heard a while back ago, and they've been targeting him. So the Wild get the player they want. The Sharks get a young possible steal of a rookie, or not a rookie, but of a prospect, whatever you want to call a young D-man.
Young defense. Yeah.
Young defenseman who is probably the best defenseman on the Sharks currently. So right. I don't know what that says, but it says something.
Right. AstroCat, hello to you, and thanks for joining us. Love the kind of the synthwave color avatar. Saying you are confused by the Wild. Don't worry, all of us in Minnesota are. Hey,
y'all are in cap hell. I feel for you guys.
Yeah, I feel for you the next couple of years with the Suter and Parisi hits come into play big time. To go to our earlier discussion in NHL 24 overall check, Ruda, Ferraro, Vlasic are 82, Benning, Knizhov are 80, and continues on with Burrow 78, McDonald 77, Ohotiuk.
So he is the
76.
highest rated D-man. Is that what you're telling me?
Yes.
Great.
Fleeced. It's a fleece.
No, I mean, I genuinely, there's nothing to be upset about with this move, y'all. Like, it's a 5th rounder in like 2 years, 3 years, 3 years. It's 2026, right? So it's a 5th rounder in 2026, and who knows? Addison might be blowing it up by that point. I don't know. I don't know the future, but I love this move for the Sharks. Good move by Mike Grier.
And like what Richard Perez said at the beginning of the program, low risk pickup, classic Grier move. If it doesn't work out, he's an RFA. You can let him go for nothing. If he does work out, it could be a steal while Minnesota goes for Zach Bogosian.
Yeah, I get you want toughness, but you're giving up a kind of promising player for that toughness.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but Wild does Wild.
Yeah, and of course, in a corresponding move, of course, we should add that Oscar Lindblom gets called up from the Barracuda, and Jacob McDonald goes on injured reserve.
He had such a good game. Poor McDonald.
Oh,
like, genuinely.
Man. He had a goal and assist in
he had a goal and assist in that like 10-2 blowout. So the second game the Sharks allowed 10 goals, not the first one. The second one.
Oh yeah, because we have to differentiate. That's great.
No, I mean the Sharks just now have a lot of defensemen. They have 8 defensemen currently, so I'm curious to see what happens. I know Ohotiuk has to go through waivers. So I'm just curious to see who sits. Knizhov hasn't played for a bit, so it's going to be interesting to see what the Sharks do here. Unless they want to ice a line of defensemen, but I wouldn't recommend that.
Remember how it was, years ago, folks, where we were talking Burns to forward, Jim Vandermeer to forward,
Jacob McDonald to forward.
Yeah.
There you go.
Henry Thorne, if you're watching. No, kidding.
Oh God.
but yeah, Kevin's saying even if Addison doesn't work out, it's a low pick 3 years from now and a 4th line AHLer.
Adam Raska, who tried to fight Mark Giordano. So there you go.
And all the best. I know Ian was a big fan of Adam Raska. What was it? Low ball, AHL Luukkonen or some sort of that in that sense. So.
Oh yeah.
So
he was good for the Barracuda. Will hit everything and anyone. Noted Alan Walsh client. Like we all love, like Steve Dangle likes to say, he will hit anything. Wild fans, he will become a fan favorite with the Iowa Wild. I will say that he'll hit anything. He's really good at giving the team momentum. If you're on the ice, he will hit you. And he probably does stay in the AHL. Like honestly, I wish for him to have a good NHL. I don't see him in the NHL. So. He'll be a fan favorite, though, with the Iowa Wild. And knowing our luck will score a goal against the CUDA.
Of course he will. Of course. First, they take the Barracuda in-person producer, and now they take Adam Raska. How dare you? You already had Joey Goldstein, but I digress.
Wild, would you like to give us Jesper Wallstead? Anywho, I'll move on.
So just to recap what has transpired so far today. I say so far like there might be another move, but you know how this works. We'll go off the air. There'll be another big move, and then we're going to come back on, and that's where Ian will rush home from work and do the show for sure. Same with Kevin. Kevin's like, wait a minute, I could jump on. Yeah, yes, of course. We don't want you to get in trouble at work, though. Just to recap one more time, the Sharks have acquired defenseman Calen Addison from the Minnesota Wild in exchange for forward Adam Raska and San Jose's 2026 5th round pick. Yeah. That will go on. The interesting one here is that he's going to wear number 2.
Well, no, then it changed to 33.
Oh, really?
Probably, I saw a joke on Twitter. Will Smith got upset at him and offered him a ton of Chipotle and was like, someone put that up on Twitter. And I was like, that's hilarious.
Yes.
Will Smith got upset and offered him a ton of Chipotle. No, apparently now it's 33.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, no longer will be wearing 2. He's now wearing 33 because I don't think he wanted to upset Will Smith, who will likely wear. I'm kidding. I'm joking about the Will Smith. I don't know what happened, but he's wearing 33.
We don't want Will Smith slapping around anybody, all right? Oh, wait, too much?
My
Oh.
God. Jeez.
Oh. Kevin, you and me were thinking right on there. Gotcha. There you go.
Trey Bun 408 408 says I think another trade is lurking. Probably. Um, yeah, the Sharks probably do have more trades coming. If Duke keeps this up, I'm curious to see what they do with him because Duclair is on a heater.
Which is saying something for a team that scored only 11
Listen, they
goals
have more goals now than Matthews. Let's be happy about that.
Yeah, Matthews, San Ramon, California. This is Austin Matthews. What? You're gonna score a hat trick in a couple hours against Ottawa, anyways. Calm down.
He has
Jeez.
more hat tricks than some of the Sharks do. Like, like two Sharks have 3 goals right now, and with Matthews has like 4 hat tricks already.
At this rate, Matthews might finish the first half of the season with more hat tricks in a year than Jonathan Chichu had. I think in his Rocket Richard.
No,
year.
yeah, honestly, he genuinely might. I don't remember how many he had, but he was insane that year, Chichu.
Yeah.
But yeah. Okay, honestly, I'm curious to see what the Sharks do from here. Like, I'm not upset. Like, I'm honestly give Grier a chance. I'm curious to see what else he's got because, like, I was not expecting this move at all, and it was a pleasant surprise. And
maybe
we'll see what happens.
And maybe a lot of what did happen last week with the Pittsburgh and Vancouver losses really got to thinking, okay, I'm not going to let this marinate anymore. We need to make some more moves to get better.
Yeah. And I will give Mike Grier credit. It seemed like the talk they had in that locker room actually did something. Like, I was impressed with the Sharks last. They came out, they fought for each other. Eklund, I'm sorry, do not try to fight Travis Konechny, or I will find you. Let's not have Eklund fighting Konechny. But like, they came out and they played hard. And I know this isn't a recap of last game, but we have to give Grier some credit. He seems to have figured out what to do here. And yeah, also the San Jose Sports Hall of Fame is tonight, and Patrick Marleau is being inducted.
Yes, Patrick Marleau.
Well deserved.
Will be going in with Chris Wondolowski, Dave Stieb. Gosh, why am I blanking on the couple others? There was a couple other icons going in as well tonight. So that's at the Shark Tank this evening. So congratulations to everyone tonight. Kevin, I'm almost certain you're totally going, aren't you? Because you were invited to that event you and I went to, so that was fun. So, but I digress. Yeah, it's gonna be again, Thursday's game against Edmonton is gonna be so riveting.
Celebrini Bowl. Can we just call that the Malcolm Celebrini Bowl? I'm so sorry. I know Edmonton's probably not going to stay at the bottom, but they like waived Jack Campbell. Like, honestly, the Sharks might win tomorrow. I really doubt that because don't forget, y'all, we have horrible defense and they have McDavid and Draisaitl.
And they're going to be angry. But like, I'm calling that the Celebrini Bowl. For those, I'm kidding, I'm not, but like, it kind of is. All right. You're not wrong. On
it's
ESPN
Celbrini's an
Plus.
Oiler. I'm crying.
Oh God. So he might be too. So, faulty synapse. Can we trade 3 decent left defensemen for a really good right defenseman?
Do we have 3 decent left defensemen?
Yeah. So,
Mario for Jan Ruta?
Wow.
Anyone?
Yeah. Right. But I mean, now you look at, this is one thing that I was going to mention, is that depth-wise for the kids, and you look at Thrun, you look at Mukamadulin, you look at Ohotiuk, you look at Havilid, and then
Gannon Larocque, who hasn't played all year, but he's one guy that also, like, honestly, this improves the depth on the right side, which is arguably an issue. I still think they need one stud franchise defenseman that they can hopefully get in one of the drafts. Depending where they land in this one, that might happen this draft. But like it helps out the depth because now your second pairing in the future could be Addison, Mukamadulin.
So, yeah, it is 1-10-1, but you're starting to get those pieces, and going forward, it'll be interesting to see how that works. So,
does Addison play Thursday? I don't think so. I mean, he's coming in tomorrow. I mean, he might. I don't think he. I feel like that's mean.
that rushing into it. Yeah. Hey, you want to play against Connor McDavid?
Top line minutes with Mario Ferraro.
There you go.
I really hope they don't put him with Ferraro or Vlasic, but they probably will. I think Jerk was the one saying they should put him with Knizhov, and I'm not mad about that at all.
No. It'll be interesting. Again, it'll be quite interesting as to what the lineup is going for Thursday, and who gets paired with everything. You guessed.
I forgot to mention Cagnoni. Yeah, Cagnoni is a guy to watch. Go watch Portland Winterhawks highlights and go watch Luca Cagnoni. I think Mark and I were like salivating when the Sharks landed him as a steal in the 4th round. The guy is on pace for ridiculous numbers. He has like 17 assists in like I think 12 games currently. So, go watch some Luca Cagnoni highlights.
Yep. Definitely.
I wish they would trade Kyle Burrows back to Vancouver.
Oh, Drew, come on. Come on now.
Unfortunately, I think Burrows is on a 3-year deal. So.
And because you said it.
Did somebody say?
And then he's going to be traded after this episode.
Yes.
Exactly.
That's right. We'll be right back with you shortly for that episode. So,
T-minus.
Yeah. Right. All right.
Jesus.
In case you missed anything or you want to watch this again, check us out on tealtownusa.com or your favorite podcatcher, wherever you get your podcasts. You can always like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell on the YouTube channel. Of course, we thank each and every one of you, and everything is at Tealtown USA, tealtownusa.com. Yeah, I can talk. That's great. Jules, thank you. Sorry to slightly wake you up from a nap, but your final thoughts.
Calen Addison is a Shark. That's it. I'm happy. Mike Grier fleece. Good work.
Hey, if that fleece keeps us warm and gets us through this tough time, I'm down with it.
When's the draft?
It's November 8th. Come on, we haven't gotten to Boxing Day in Canada. Come on now. Oh, jeez. All right. You can find her at Sharks_Jules. You can find me at PuckGuy14 on the Twitter, X, whatever it's called, Instagram, Blue Sky, you name it. And if news breaks again, we'll be back right here, right with you to break it all down. So for both of us, thanks for watching, and we will see you next time. Until then, keep it real, keep it teal, keep it real teal. Have a great one.